All right, folks, an 11-year-old boy in Mississippi is at home recovering after he was shot Saturday by a cop. Now, here's what's crazy, okay? It was Aderrien Murry who called the cops regarding a domestic disturbance at the family home. Indianola police officer Greg Capers shot the boy, and the boy's mother had to ask him to call the police again after the father of another of her children arrived at the home, angry and upset. Now, on Monday evening, Indianola Board of Aldermen voted to place Capers on paid administrative leave while investigating the shooting. The family wants the officer fired and charged. Aderrien suffered a collapsed lung, fractured ribs, and lacerated liver due to the shooting. He was released from the hospital on Wednesday. Attorney Carlos Moore, representing the family, he joins us right now from Jackson, Mississippi. Carlos, okay, I'm totally confused here. How in the hell does a 11-year-old kid call the cops show up, and the kid gets shot?
Roland, I'm just as confused as you are. The family has no answers, and we are fighting for justice. We've asked the mayor, the police chief, somebody to give us an answer why this child who was unarmed and following the officer's command to come out of the house with his hands up, why he was shot by the same cop.
I mean, is this one of those situations where the cops, you remember during Tamir Rice, where the cops tried to say, oh, like he was this really big child. But again, so walk us through what happened. Was the cop outside? Was he inside the home?
He was outside of the home. What happened, Roland, 4 a.m., his sister's father comes over. He's irate. His mother's afraid. At some point, she hands her son the cell phone and tells him to call the police and call her mother. He did. He called his grandmother and the police, and they arrived. They thought this was going to be something that would assist them. The police try to kick the door in. The mother opens the door. They tell her to come out. She tells them that the man is still in there, but he's running the other way without a gun. And so he knew there was no gun in the house. He yells in the house and tells everybody else in the house to come out with their hands up. The boy obeys and comes out of his bedroom, hits the living room, is immediately shot in the living room in the chest.
Any body cam video?
There is body cam video, but the family has not seen it. We've asked for it from the city and from the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. They are being dilatory and saying because of the investigation, they cannot release the video. But we know that if it was in their favor, they would immediately release it. We hear that it's very damning for the city, and that's why they're being dilatory.
I mean, we're talking about an 11-year-old kid.
11 years old, 4 feet 10, very small frame, looks like a kid. No way he could have been mistaken for the 6'2" man that was in the house.
I mean, this is absolutely strange. I mean, this kid it's a miracle this kid is alive.
Very much a miracle. Had a collapsed lung, lacerated liver, fractured ribs. He is blessed to be alive. I believe God left him here for some reason. He still has a purpose here on earth, and he's going to fulfill it.
And again, you said that the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, they are leading this investigation?
They are.
Wow. I mean, just no words here to describe here. Now, here's the question. Was the father of the gentleman who started all of this here, was he ever arrested?
We understand that after the shooting, a few hours later, he was arrested, but they held him briefly and released him. They said since the mother did not file charges, they couldn't hold him any longer.
She couldn't file charges because she was in the hospital with her son.
Yes, he was airlifted to Jackson to the hospital. So her main concern at that point was her son's survival. So she was by his bedside faithfully as any mother would be. And so the man is still out somewhere in Indianola.
Unbelievable. Carlos Moore, we appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. When you talk about blackness and what happens in black culture, we're about covering these things that matter to us, speaking to our issues and concerns.
This is a genuine people-powered movement.
There's a lot of stuff that we're not getting. You get it, and you spread the word.
We wish to plead our own cause. Too long have others spoken for us. We cannot tell our own story if we can't pay for it. This is about
covering us.
Invest in black-owned media.
Your dollars matter. We don't have to keep asking them to cover our stuff. So please support us in what we do, folks.
We want to hit 2,000 people, $50 this month, raise $100,000. We're behind 100,000, so we want to hit that. Y'all money makes this possible.
Checks and money orders go to P.O. Box 57196, Washington, D.C. 20037-0196. The Cash App is $RM Unfiltered. PayPal is R Martin Unfiltered. Venmo is RM Unfiltered. Zelle is Roland at RolandSMartin.com.